We don't need an agenda. Just hanging out, drinking a beer, telling lies.
I loved it. Every day that I was in, I loved it. They were
without legs, and I'm a religious man. Gotta go.
It's already done, whatever it was.
We still have the problem with a lot of our young folks killing themselves.
What I've missed is the camaraderie that I had.
It's almost like an instant freaking like.
Get over yourself, Chief.
There is a common thread. We all serve in the military.
But the Space Force doesn't shoot, do they?
Yeah, they do.
They're kind of a waste.
Well, next thing you know, we had a handcuff and we spent the night in jail.
Do not have the same mentality that this group of people have.
You smile and think, wow, we had a pretty good
It
life.
had to be an experience. You went 20 years in the Marines. Then you're in with a bunch of 19-year-old snot-nosed Gen X freaking dumbasses.
I snap.
Welcome to Task Force 22. I'm Scott Hammond, a retired Army Sergeant Major. And this series is only about one thing. Showing that brotherhood and sisterhood of being in the service doesn't end when you take the uniform off. See, every single day, 22 service members are still killing themselves. That number has been out there for years, and we're not going to solve that today. But we can start by showing that no one has to suffer alone. So in Task Force 22, I sit down with fellow veterans over a beer, maybe a whiskey, and we just talk. Some of it's funny, some of it's pretty serious. And in this episode, I'm joined by 5 other senior NCOs, 4 from the Air Force, and a Marine gunny. We've all walked different paths, but we still have that fellowship. So pull up a chair, grab a beer, and join in the discussion. If you have some questions or some comments, leave them below. We'll get to them. Because when you reach out to your fellow vet, you may save a life, including your own. So come on in, grab a beer, join in the discussion.
You know what? I'm done. I am freaking done. 30 by 60 with 16-foot walls, a 20 by 60 porch, and a 15 by 60 porch. And, but I just absolutely freaking love it. I look forward to it. I like everything about it.
Yeah.
And
You're building shit.
We'll start. I'm ready.
Does it?
Yep.
Well, I wondered.
You driving again?
Yeah. I can't get away from it. Shoot that.
you got your outfit ready for tomorrow?
Yeah. They already picked it out. We got to wear a green shirt they gave us. No. But, no, I'll be in full driver mode. Shit, they gave us a $6 raise.
$6 an hour for driving?
We're hurting for drivers.
Okay.
And so the coaches can drive, and so some of the teachers can. So we calling them over. Well, the board got together. We usually don't get raises until August, the start of the school year. Well, in April, they called it big meeting and said, hey, we're adjusting y'all's pay. We need to get more drivers. 4 drivers from Floresville jumped ship, and they're over here.
Wow.
Floresville's hurting. And their director took off too, so they need a director and driver.
How much are they paying?
I'm making almost $30 an hour.
Wow.
All right, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the director of
Oh, I don't know that.
for the transportation you talking about?
Yep. It's a salary job. Yeah.
No, I don't want it. That's what I did.
And you're there all day.
No, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And that was a bunch of my background. It was logistics, which is that, and I'll guarantee you that.
You're going to be director because I've been there, and I'll get applied for it, and probably you have a good chance. I'm down to working all day. It suits me right fine. Right?
Yeah, nothing to do. Exactly.
Whenever I retired, there's one thing I knew I was never going to do.
Stop working.
Well, I knew I was never going to stop working, but I knew I was never going to, I was going to be on my time.
Yeah. Be on my.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't going to have, I've gotten offered, I retired 6 years ago, some really good jobs. I'm on 13s, but civilian jobs.
Mm-hmm. Civil service?
No, not even, just civilian. And really good money, but it was no, they own it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the price point that I'm at, they own me. There ain't no such thing.
Yeah.
Ain't no such thing as
Paying that much.
there ain't no 50-hour week.
Yeah.
Howdy. Great. Got in. Good. Oh, how about you, Mara? Chiefs, y'all just sit there. Yes. Straight Jake. Please shoot you, buddy. Oh,
This year. Oh my gosh.
So what?
The mosquitoes.
Yeah, we put up
Awesome.
a bug thing to see if that'll help. Yeah, come down. But yeah, they've been mad with you.
They've been horrible.
I gotta check out this pull up. I heard all about it.
I know. I was just thinking about the same thing because
Well, you can go up there with him. You can
Well-
damn pull up.
whatever. Stop it. Yeah, I wore my cameras.
Yeah.
I told Dan, because he's got my gate code.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, people. We don't have a gate. We ain't trying to keep like people we know out. It's the dog because we lost access.
Yeah.
That's why that gate is, and that's her. I'm like, yeah, I got an idea. Why don't we train the dog not to run toward the gate if a car comes down? You just close that damn gate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Right, I didn't realize that Roxy had taken off until you brought him back that day.
Boy, Roxy came at me like she was, right? Yeah. She was looking at me like, oh my God. And I thought, oh my goodness, Gilbert killed himself out in the backyard. I thought I was having a lassie in there.
You heard the gunshot?
I heard the gunshot,
There was a coral. Oh, not a coral.
but I knew it wasn't a big gun. It was a single shot, right? So, and then here comes Roxy running up, and I thought, man, that's it. And she had that look in her eye of like, Gilbert just killed himself.
A German Shepherd, afraid of a gunshot. I was like, what the hell's going on?
yeah. Speaking of snakes,
You never know.
we've been here 6 years now. Well, maybe a little over 6 years.
Whatever.
And
Well, tell you,
we've seen on the 10 acres. I've seen one eastern coal,
Oh shit, Eastern coal.
the
Yeah.
red yellow kill melody,
Yeah.
the red yellow. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. And
There's ice and water and beer in the
I
thing.
killed a few.
I don't know, but so it was only one, and it was only like this, but and Lauren, the neighbor, right? Now Lauren and Julie, they got the paved driveway that goes up.
Yeah.
And their house is up there.
Cold.
And their father was
We ran over one,
Correct.
right there. Yeah, same thing. Decent coal,
That's the same family?
the poisonous one.
Yeah.
Who? Same family. What?
What, Lauren, you're talking about?
Look.
The same family?
yeah, same family. The older couple that lives in front.
Lauren and Julie. And then no, so John and Judy had the pool.
Okay.
John and Judy Murray. They
They own the title company?
Yeah. own the already title in Fourthville.
Okay.
And then the driveway right before it goes up like that.
Is that?
No, that is Julie, which is Judy's daughter.
Yeah. The whole family.
And Lauren is the
Their family.
You're gonna have like a book out here or something. Movie crew. And
Oh man, I'm totally with you. I met two people when I first moved in here. I met that ass and Maria or Marianne Travelers.
Yeah, you had to know her.
hey, what they call the nice
Marianne,
meat.
her husband, Gene,
Mary, what is it?
Marianne, and Ranger Green.
Oh, Range Creek.
They live where
Thingamall.
It's on.
what's
Line up driver.
Just
Yeah.
paste.
Not at all.
off they built.
Yep.
And then
Oh, but thank you.
that 2-story house next to me, there was a couple there. Stay away from that stuff. I learned my lesson a long time ago.
How the white man takes care of you.
That was only people that, well, we bought our property in 95, but we didn't build until 2000. I had 2 kids at East Central, and I was going to pull and take them away.
You bought your place in 95?
Yeah.
What'd you pay for it in 95?
Shit, bro. Don't even say it. I don't even want to know. Don't care. No. Jesse, don't.
5,000 a year, acre.
5 acre.
25,000.
Yeah.
But that was a lot back in the
5
night.
acres. You 3,000. Oh, what you get? Yeah. 4 acres or 5?
What is it?
98. That was my house there.
And then I wanted to buy the 2 acres that are next to me.
The same house with three.
The lady that worked at Brooks owned it.
I sold my mom.
We bought it for investment purposes.
She bought it for 32
And
grand.
when she sold,
I sold it for
they did 15. I offered
20.
like Brian 12 and somebody else.
Yeah, we sold that house early because the rack was
Dale-
back then.
Ah, yeah.
Dale, I don't know if Dale bought it or
Be a bear.
up there.
What?
Or the 2 acres back to me.
Talking about probably.
Oh, Gerald did. Gerald did.
Gerald, dad, right?
Dad, yeah. He didn't, because he didn't want nobody
I
to,
thought, Gerald,
he didn't want nobody to try to put a house right there.
yeah. And Annie. Gerald and Annie.
Gerald and Nanny, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want nobody, so he bought that.
Well,
So getting back to the whole snake thing, last time I mowed, I got 2 cottonmouth.
oh wow.
When I moved in, there was a rattler underneath my arm for my gate, and I've seen a couple of rat snakes.
Yeah.
Around, but I'm not worried about that.
I leave those.
Well,
I kill those
Yeah.
too because if
They won't
moves
let
without legs, and I'm a religious man, gotta go.
The black was out of
Well, we have quite a few red snakes and copperhead. Well, there's always little copperhead hanging on.
the black snake.
really.
The black snakes,
Little copperheads are right around the tree, right?
the black snakes eat the rattlesnake.
Uh-huh. I've seen, but we've had, on our place, we've had that one coral. We had a rat snake. Or
We had a
snake,
baby
whatever.
rattlesnake.
We had baby rattlesnake, Striker. I named him. I still got him.
In the freezer.
We had when we had a serious fly out there.
So I would like to come to your house again, but now I'm not. And I appreciate it. No, he's frozen. He's frozen, but
It's funny, but I take him out of Ziploc and I'll bring him out and I'll be like, hey, this rat Striker. And they're like, what is that? And I'm like, it's this little baby rattlesnake, Striker.
Mm.
But he's frozen.
But we haven't seen a lot over there where we live.
I
Like,
killed a lot of copperhead. I killed one rattlesnake, but that was when we were raising rabbits, and it was under the cave. And I couldn't.
Rabbits like,
I
wait a
couldn't
minute, that's not
understand
good.
why the babies were getting
give me snake.
killed right there inside the cave. And I realized that they could get in there and kill them, but they couldn't pull them out.
No, yeah.
And so day I walked up and I was
They
like,
can get into anywhere. If they can get his head in, he can get his whole body in.
really?
That's the deal with snake. Yep. If the head will get in, they can get their whole body in.
I hate snakes.
Yeah, I haven't seen coral. I think coppers and
I seen coral the other day. We were walking in front of
the copperheads will leave you alone.
Yeah.
They'll usually run from you more than anything. And I'm more than happy to have them around because the damn gophers. They go up to the gophers.
Oh, do they?
They got a lot of gophers, huh? Yeah, copperheads and rat. Now you could let the gophers. I'm like, go for it. Yeah, right? Those fucking things.
Well, I got grandkids running around, so I don't want them finding any snakes.
No, you just gotta keep we're all snakes. You just gotta keep the grass down. Tell them not to go in the tall grass.
yeah, that's true.
Like up. That's why we got the trail up going up to the kids' house up there.
Hey, tell Chris if he wants to use my bush hog to mow his plate, he can borrow it.
You can't need to because he busted my tractor.
Oh,
Oh, just still down?
Yeah.
Does he want a bush hog?
We're gonna need it. Yeah. Have you seen his place?
Yeah.
Coming in. I told Michelle.
Came over here.
I told Michelle, I said, if Chris is here, I said, I'm going to get him shit. And be like, dude, hey, what's up?
Hey, you have this beautiful home. Can't even see it.
He went out there with the tractor. Unfortunately, he didn't check the oil.
Burned up the engine?
I think it seized. It doesn't sound good. Yeah. So I gotta bring. He supposedly has a guy that works at Mahindra that's gonna come in and take a look at it. Seized engine ain't a good news.
Wow. You should tell him that because, I know Chris, I use a little bit. I'd be like, hey, everyone need to talk about
About your draft.
it. All right.
No, but
No, I'll
Be
get
like, feeling be like everybody.
my
everybody.
complex. But then he'll look
No, but do it. Just that, and then maybe he'll do something about it.
that house.
Huh? Where's he at right now?
He's up there.
and that's
He ain't outside.
that's Kim's house right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
No, listen. I mean, I don't know. Like that mailbox. If I was the mail carrier, I'd be telling them you need to.
oh, for her, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Usually,
Kim's Oscar.
You know, listen. Hey, whenever, just so everybody, is that Oscar?
You already missed
I know most people guys are Air Force. I figured.
We had formation earlier. We had formation. We got the safety briefing.
Good.
We got the formation, safety briefing. And you missed all that shit. And you just want to show up like, well, goddamn, I'm fucking gutty. I can do what I want.
It's already done. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
What are you guys still waiting for it?
We're waiting for you.
Okay, let's.
Now we're getting stalled the meeting. It's really good. Got more ice in the cooler. What time's the 8 o'clock meeting start?
So if you bring the agenda for the meeting.
What?
Yeah.
The agenda for the meeting.
You taking notes?
We're gonna take over the world. We don't need an agenda. We do what we do. Hell, where's you guys, man? You need a plan? What? You need a meeting? Another meeting? Thank you for inviting me. Oh, appreciate it. And yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Really, this is.
What was the intention?
So you see, I'm recording, right?
I see that.
And so one of the things I'm looking to do, we still have a problem with a lot of our young folk killing themselves. We just had 2, unfortunately, that I know in the last month. So I don't know. What do you think it is? Is it a generational thing? It's not, because I've had people that are close to our age doing the same thing. I had a 2-star general that retired and killed himself. Why is that? Why does that happen?
And I just had a tech sergeant kill himself. Been retired for 15 years. And he had a good job, after service.
It's just weird, right? So the other thing I can think of is there's a special bond amongst most people, especially crayon eaters. But the
He talking about you out there.
Marines.
Ground,
It went over.
Oh yeah, we don't. But I was quick. You do eat crayon. But anyway, gang, they get out, they lose that.
I did 31 years. I'm like, I am done with it. But what I realized is after I got out, like, where's my squadron guys, And just like men, most men or most people that commit suicide, it's like 80% are men, right?
Yeah.
And that's just across the board. That's not just in the military. That's nationwide. What I've missed is the camaraderie that I had with just a particular few people, and we would say, "Hey, let's get together. Let's talk on the phone. Let's do something." But what do men do? Men go to their homes. They build a fool. I ain't leaving my property for nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm the same way. When I close my gate, I'm here until I have to go back to work. Now, is that a bad thing? No. I mean, it's just the way I want to live, because guess what? I have security right here, right? I had my friends, when I was in the military, but once you leave, you lose it. You lose it fast.
Well, I don't know. What I found is that, I talk to very few of my, what I would call, I got a hard time calling them friends. I got a few friends.
Associates?
Just
What would you call them?
acquaintances.
Okay.
But I mean, they're good acquaintances. It's just we didn't really become like huge friends, but and it's, even though you don't stay in touch on the regular, when you do, hell, it could be 10, whatever years later or whatever, it's almost like an instant reconnect. Like, there's been no time,
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of the point of what I'm trying here. And I figured, we're fortunate in our little slice of heaven out here that we have a large veteran community just right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, we kind of joke about it, when the shit hits the fan, we're going to be able to gun up and defend anything we can, or pretty much anything that comes at us. But a lot of these guys, they join when they're 18, 19 years old. They go, they do 4, 6, 8 years. They grow up in that community, and then they go back to Burbank, California, where they don't have anybody. Or they think they don't have anybody. I think that's where I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So kind of what I'm doing with this project is just showing them that, yeah, you can reach out. I don't know whether it's VFW or other organizations, or we all notice each other on the street. Everybody knows another military guy as soon as he sees him. There's no denying it. It's either one of two, right? Either hardcore law enforcement guy that's a little bit fruity, or military. So the point being that, there's always somebody out there. And we talk about checking up on your buddy all the time when it comes to suicide. But if somebody's heading down that path, it's an easy thing to look around and find that one guy and just say, hey, man, what's up? So that's what this is all about. Because it doesn't have to be, like you said, we don't need an agenda. We're just hanging out, drinking a beer, drinking some good whiskey, telling lies.
That was good, smooth whiskey. It was actually so good. I'm probably gonna have a little more. But we're the same. So I gotta go to work tomorrow, but my boss is pretty lenient.
I don't know. I've seen her.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
gonna behave yourself. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, this can't get it again. So you might as well.
Oh, well, thank you.
You can't get it again.
Yeah, it's a 1-year barrel.
Go put that in the.
No, you're not taking it. Oh, you said I can't get it. That don't mind. I'm gonna get it while they get it good.
You said you can have a drink.
I'm over and having breakfast with you.
God. Get over yourself, Chief.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think a lot of these folks don't understand they can reach out.
Yeah, it's Ranger Creek, 302, year 302. So I guess at Ranger Creek they started numbering them. They do a 1-year batch, and they started on the 300th year of San Antonio's anniversary, and so 302 is 6 years ago.
Are you a bourbon connoisseur?
No,
Are you a collector or?
no.
So the guy that does our catering, yeah, the guy that caters our Alvin, the caters are the meals that are he has for the last couple of years. Our October Fest thing, Fall Fest, whatever you want to call it. You guys a party? He's what you call it, that deal. Everything's gonna have a fucking name though.
They were called JP.
But anyway, he's an actual like whiskey connoisseur. Like he's retired Army dude, enlisted like us.
Yeah,
all of us. And but he can tell you everything about anything. He has a collection that will freaking blow your mind, like an entire building that's dedicated to his collection.
wow.
So the most rarest of stuff, or the really, really, really hard to get and whatnot, he's like in the connected to get first bids to get those limited edition.
Okay,
And he'll buy like 5.
that's not that cool. We just went to Ranger Creek one day on the $20 get 2 free beers and learn how to drink whiskey tour. And then they showed us that they had all the different bottles. And like one of them, evidently, one of the years won a prize or something and instantly sold out. You can't get it anymore. The other years were still available. And so, Lori went to town on that. Just bought them all. So, but Chris, that guy can drink some whiskey. And I think he's polished away 3 of them already. Let's come over and
hollow legged.
Yeah, he loves his whiskey.
So Chief, you're saying something.
What were we?
How about suicide?
Going back to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just that I just don't think they understand that they can reach out to people.
Even though we all come from different walks of life, different services, there is a common thread. We all served in the military. So I still keep in contact with a lot of people that I worked with. And I tell my coworkers, and I'll tell my students, if you're not going to college, go into the service and find out what that's about. If you don't like it, step away. You got some money in your GI Bill to pursue whatever you want, but give it a shot. And some of them, students that have been on my bus, they've enlisted. But the common thread, I don't know. I know Marines, Army.
These kids, they don't understand that. And I tell you, anybody that I talk to that I know they're not on a path that they really need to go on, I tell them to go in. I tell them any service. I said, I don't care what service you go to.
I was talking.
So go in the military, give it a shot, and because they don't know no different, they're going to adjust to whatever, you know.
Well,
I've got a great
my son was
Army friends. Got a colonel that calls me about every 3 months, and we
My
talk for
son
an hour.
was a high school job.
But they come out of that with that damn, even they do 4 years with their GI Bill.
Yeah.
And then they can go to school.
My son was in the who's who
Freak.
of high schoolers. He was the jock of the high school football, baseball, basketball.
Yeah.
When he got out, I was still working. I was still in. And I'd come home and he's there watching TV, drinking beer, nice, cool house. I finally told him, Jay, you got to do something with your life. You either get in the service or get out of my house.
Yeah.
Or get you a job and find your way. And he got in. He enjoyed it.
Yep.
He did. I thought he was going to make it a career. He got out and he pursued real estate. So that's what he's doing now. My daughter, I wanted her to go to college. She lasted a year and she went and told her, she says, I'm going in the military now. Well, I'm still in. I'll go with you to the recruiter because I know they're like used car salesmen.
Right.
And so she got into a good career field. She was Intel. She just retired.
Yeah. I saw
My
that.
daughter, whenever I talk to her going to the RJ, she goes, I said, Dylan, I really want to talk to you. She's probably 15, 16. I said, Dylan, I really want to talk to you about this military thing. I think it's a good idea. And she's like, Dad, is there any job in the military where I don't ever have to touch a gun? I said,
Medical.
Well,
You have to
but
qualify.
Hey, every timer.
that's right.
and I said, technically, no.
What is this?
And as you
The
said,
Space Force doesn't shoot, do they?
Yeah, they do. I was right before I retired.
putting it in that with headset. Oh, warrior?
Yeah, I was in
Hey, it's warrior ethos. Yeah, my son's he's Space Force.
He's doing
Mad-
good. Isn't he? Isn't he just the one master or?
No, shit, he's been a master for
No, he's been up
Good
for
for him.
years.
No, it's
Twice now.
a few years.
it seems like a kind of a waste. You got a lot more better things you could be doing than shooting guns if you're tracking space objects.
right.
But they said he's gonna make it worse because it's all about warrior ethos first.
The whole
It's like me. The Army, don't matter what your job is, you're a
you
soldier
still have
first.
to. That's right.
Well,
And
certainly
then you're a technical.
in the Army or Marines or largely the Air Force, you can find yourselves in a close action combat at any time.
Exactly.
Who in the Space Force is going to be outside CONUS?
Well, I don't know. Like,
And if they are, why?
Right.
Well, I can tell you in the Air Force,
In the Air Force.
our operations,
I think it's
because these planes we're dropping bombs, we're normally outside of the.
Close action.
We're in the AOR,
Sure.
but we're not like
And I understand that.
in Baghdad. We set up in like Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Well, that's because you made the right choice when joining the service. I get that, but really, I mean, if you look at the mission of the Space Force, what they're all about, where they are, where they're stationed, what they do, why would they ever be outside of the country
Well, no, they never will.
unless they start mounting up an astronaut?
No, if They're leaving the country. There's never be a reason.
So that goes to that whole, I'll tell you, I'm a little bit libertarian. It annoys me when I hear government spending, and we lived it. But if they're sending Space Force, not cadets, right? Whatever they call them.
Whatever they call it.
Yeah.
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 To the range, you don't call space cadet? I think that's the academy when they launched that.
I don't know. I do know a couple people that were in the Space Force and are
Yes,
actually.
Jordan is.
Well,
They got it all.
technically, he's not really. He's at a Force base. He's not really in Space Force. But like Jay Harris
Is it
and
back?
some of my guys that worked for me before, because I was
Which is Space Force base.
my last job was in cyber, and so a lot of those guys have gone into the Space Force.
Yeah,
Because of what you're saying.
My whole wing was cyber.
That's right. So you can actually, like you said, there's a lot of them here in San Antonio that sit and perform missions
Yeah, they're over.
that you don't even know, like, what they're doing. I mean, I sat in some briefings before I retired that I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, because I was not cyber at all in my career. I was always combat communications type, in the field, on the ground.
Sitting there.
And my lab job was in cyber. And I was just simply amazed by the stuff that these folks are doing.
No, I mean, I had the
It's better than business. Yeah.
floors me. In fact, last week I was attending a welcome to. They were basically trying to teach old folks new technology and new ways of thinking. And I was watching these kids go, and I was just like, "Good Lord, man! They're operating now on a whole nother
Yeah.
level."
They literally can
Yeah.
sit at a
It is
computer and do
stuff
missions
that they were doing
right there.
and working they're working these rather advanced tool sets. You know, as they were moving through this stuff, bang, 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 knocking out, and here's your result. I was like, Jesus Christ! Can you
Yeah.
start with the middle part again? Because
Really.
yeah, they're today's kids. I mean, some of them are. I mean, they're amazing. And that's the one. I still civil servant, right? So I'm working alongside uniformed guys every single day. I'm the old man on the floor. That they don't
I
want.
agree with that.
They don't want. Oh, yeah, by far. I mean, the guys I'm supervising are Chris's age.
Really.
Yeah.
But they're all smart. Like
They're incredible. Oh, they're incredibly smart.
they're like stupid smart, and you're like,
And they're put together. It's the only thing that has guys like, God, we still have hope for this guy.
now what? Clearance, they had top secret.
Yeah, they're TS cleared.
Oh,
Oh, so they're all weird.
But man, you're just watching them operate. And
How hard was it to get a TS clearance when you're 18 years old? Try to get that.
well, I tell you, the problem these days,
That's
what's hard
when
is
you're older.
keeping it.
yeah.
Because that's our struggle right now. Some of these kids,
They do stuff that.
yeah, they're smart. They're definitely smart. They're definitely dedicated. They're great patriots, but they're not long thinkers. And so,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same qualities that get them the ability to rapidly work things in their head while they're using tool sets and moving through stuff. They don't have the long game. And I see when I talk to them about strategy or hey, we're thinking 90 days, 180 days down the road, you can't even get past 2 hours, right? So
Yeah.
they also make poor life choices because of that,
Yeah.
and then they lose their clearance.
Yes. That
Yeah.
challenge for our squadron.
And that's
So, had you guys ever thought about like incorporating maybe a life skills course, a class? In other words, where you just talk to them, everybody gets a hit of where you just talk to them about things that life choices and examples and whatnot, but not just that, but along with the life choices is of stuff like investing.
Oh yeah, so your financial health classes.
Oh,
They do get a little bit of that now because
it's
That's
cheap.
not
Sure do it.
necessarily what their problem is. They, as far as losing their clearances, they could get tickets. They could get a lot of stuff.
it's smoking the doobies.
Yes, that
Yeah,
stuff
That's the
too.
problem.
Oh,
They
you go.
just don't worry about.
on leave over to Colorado, and then
Yeah,
This is weird, but
No, exactly.
They don't, Amazon. I mean, I think it's gonna be.
but it's still not allowed. So not allowed with government soil, and they don't.
That'd be Alex. I don't agree with that.
Well, it's a lot for government to do. We may have some out here right now, but that they don't think past. This is what I talk about when I mentor these young guys. I'm like, you got to think consequences. You're all going on leave during Christmas. What do you think's going to happen when you get back? It's every freaking unit in the Army, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
Well,
surprise,
yeah.
surprise,
You did
back,
good.
and there goes 5 of my guys because they accidentally smoked a joint.
accidentally.
No, dance it in. They we'll dance.
Ate some gummies or
Hit right after we got back.
Mhm.
I got hit.
Uh,
Actually, every chief on the freaking base got hit.
well, they were looking
Right
for
after I got back
they
off
were
leave.
looking for a chief.
But that's how they did. They was looking
They were
for
hunting for
Yeah.
sheep.
Well, that's how.
No, every chief
that's
got hit
usually-
for a pistos.
Yeah.
That's usually the units I've been in. The same thing. When there's 100% going down, it's because they're
They're
going
looking
after
for a chief. They
the
know
one guy. We're
one
not
of-
naming any names, but
it's
So we're gonna hit everyone they did. That's what they did. Every one of us got hit with a pig pistol. So of course we're all on our little group thing, whatnot, being like, "What the hell? All right, who fucked up?" Right?
whatever.
And the one guy you don't hear from, the next thing you know,
I was talking to my VA doctor, asked her about medical marijuana.
it doesn't even matter if it's like because it actually wasn't anybody that did it. But I mean, even
He
the
gave me a list of doctors that are qualified to.
so I thought VA was giving out THC now.
Well,
She said no.
it's based on the state that you're in.
so you can
So-
still get medicinal marijuana in Texas.
Yes, you can. But
Okay.
VA, it sounded like
VA ain't gonna give it to you though, right?
right.
because they're federal. It's against federal law to. Well, see,
Yeah.
that's the crazy thing is it's actually not a law banning marijuana. It's a tax coupon that they don't issue.
Well, it's classified as a.
It's a narcotic, controlled narcotic, but they just don't release the tax form. Feds could fix this like that if they wanted to.
Yes, they could,
Hey,
and they should.
It looked like it could happen.
Yes, you know,
It's gonna,
people been smoking weed
Well,
like
Texas
forever.
won't because what's the
You know,
Yeah, but even
it's an
so,
overlooked. It's just a fact of life. It's been going on.
for years.
Oh no,
Ages.
dude, forever, way before our
Yeah.
parents even. The same thing's going on now as was going on there. You know, I mean, this gonna be.
thing when this tree first started growing.
Yeah, exactly.
but even so,
I
please,
mean, the wildwood
states that allow,
wildwood flower grew wild on the farm.
but even those states that allowed it wouldn't allow the military to do it.
No.
And so, like,
Because federal.
exactly.
I couldn't
My-
imagine Colorado.
My last
I mean,
squadron,
Island, Colorado.
one of
Oh,
them,
yeah.
One-
I was in Seattle.
yeah,
I mean,
one of the
you couldn't
squadrons-
walk.
Do you smoke?
Chucky,
No. Do you smoke weed?
I did.
Yeah. Do you smoke weed?
No.
No.
I have a Yankee White
I would
Claw.
like to.
Yeah.
You smoke weed?
Oh yeah, like when I was in
You still?
free.
There was a time when
I haven't done it. You can't smoke.
I do not.
there was a time when military didn't do drug tests, and every
Yeah, that was like the year before I joined.
well,
Yeah. In the 80s.
It was
They-
Operation Golden Flows started. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
And that was the worst, absolute worst time to be in the Army because they didn't know how to run piss tests. And so you just sat there for a day.
What,
trying to get a
what
company
year
for
did you come
88.
in?
88.
Yeah, because I came in 87 and
down.
I know lots of people who got busted around that time.
So it was
Then-
back then, and if you got hit, you were gone.
Yeah.
That was when
No,
Jimi Hendrix, all those guys were. It was awesome.
I remember them showing me
Oh.
the
I met
videos.
How old are you? You ever?
73. I met
You're the same age as my mom.
dime bags at the jam factory in town. It was right across. The jam factory was like a place where kind of like a disco place. It wasn't disco. It was rock and roll.
Yeah.
But she was selling dime bags. But a dime bag was like 3 fingers of
Who was selling?
perch.
No shit.
Yeah,
She's got a damn. She's a mature drug dealer.
she's a little hippie.
Yeah, there you go. Ah, that's fucking actually badass. I think it is. Right. She made a lot of people happy.
We always had a lot of weed around. But
Yeah.
then when I was in the military, there was a time when it came to drug tests. Well, what am I going to do? Raise a family or get kicked out? So left it alone?
No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't touch for 29 years. I didn't touch it. 18 to 47. Never. Not once. Actually, even whenever I was in high school, I didn't really like it. But then I retired. I retired and I found a newfound, the world's greatest pain reliever ever. It's THC.
Or like in the gummy form, or
Just the
droplets.
vape,
During that time,
You said
Hey,
gummy.
we got pulled over.
vape, gummy, it don't matter. Vape, gummy,
I
the
don't know if you know where the
smoking
cemetery
it,
is on
it's
Houston
the,
Street. We got pulled over there. There was an ashtray. There was a roach in the ashtray, and he was going to take the driver in. And all of us started protesting, cutting up. Well, next thing you know, we had handcuffs, and we spent a night in jail. But it was just a roach, and it got.
exactly.
Well, and nowadays they wouldn't even waste their time doing anything about it.
Yeah.
In it was in the early 90s, probably 90, maybe 2. I was driving a wrecker and I had to impound a vehicle for the security forces that they had tagged, and it wasn't moved by the date they put on the tag. If it ain't moved by, then it goes to the impound yard. Well, here I am. I think I was, I'd only been there. I was probably like 19 years old. I hadn't been qualified on this record very long.
Were you an SP?
No, in transportation.
Oh, you're in France?
Ground transportation, yeah. TT1. 603, TT1. And,
Bus driver.
yeah, did that. I did that. I
Just
did
for
that
reference.
I did that for a few years. But, anyway. God damn, you fucked me up. What was I talking about?
Well, I didn't.
You're
I
picking
did
up
that
the record.
You.
Oh, it was the regular. On 22 keys of marijuana.
The investigator, whenever I hooked it up, I dented it in the front. I bent this little thing, and I didn't notice until after I dropped the vehicle in the impound yard. And I got back and I was like, oh shit. And he goes, and he opens the doors and he starts going through it and whatnot. And he opens the ashtray and he goes there and he goes, took a camera and went, he ain't gonna say shit. He goes, don't worry about it. Yeah, dude.
Oh, shoot. Times have changed, but this year I had 5 seniors. And one of the girls was cutting up or something. I sat next to her before we took off. And I said, you need to get your stuff together. I said, look around. I said, you know how many boys have jobs on this bus? He said, no. And I said, 0. I said, you know how many girls have jobs on this bus? I said, no. I said, there's 3 of us. One's a senior and the other 2 were junior. I said, the guys have no ambition because they all want to be playing grabby and all this kind of stuff. I said, make your choice. Make a good choice.
Yep.
I said, you're gonna hook up with one of these deadbeats that don't have no ambition to do anything.
Yep.
And I tell them, I never rode a school bus. At 14, my buddies had motorcycles, and at that time in Texas, you could have a motorcycle license with a 5 brake horsepower, with like a 100 cc up. What do I? No, there's 9 of us in my family. I went to my mom. Mom, can I ride a motorcycle? She said, yeah, you can. But we can't afford to buy you one. So I went to work.
Yep.
I bought me my first motorcycle.
Yep.
And that's
That law was still in effect when I bought my bike.
was it?
Because I think I got my bike in '86, and they said, yeah, if it's under it was under 125,
Yeah.
and so I started driving about 14,
Crazy.
so I can go to school.
Nice.
Because my mother was at
Where'd you grow up at?
Pasadena.
California.
No,
Pasadena.
yeah, it's right outside of Houston.
Well, no, but I was just like,
I know, right? I get it all the time. You know Gilly?
There's a Pasadena couple.
Mickey Gilly. You know Mickey Gillies?
Yeah.
It's like 3 miles from my house.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. I'd never heard of that. I've heard of the 13 to drive farm trucks.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never heard of basically small,
Yeah.
practically a moped at that point. But
It hauled ass, I think.
I'm sure it did when you're only 14.
Exactly. I drove to my bike.
Me and my buddies, we went down there.
Not better than my Huff.
Spent the night there.
Exactly.
We had our bikes on the van, and we just stayed there the night. He just left. I mean, we moved around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pride of my mom.
Hey. Got 100 miles a gallon.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. And I mean, like his parents, my mom didn't have much. She worked at NASA as a GS3, GS5.
Oh my.
So, I mean, she retired after 51 years at NASA as a GS9.
Wow.
So she didn't make much money. But she says, hey, I'll buy you a bike.
I don't know. I can do the math real quick in my head, but 51
Chapter-
years invested right.
She did.
You'd make a lot. That's a lot of money.
She did. She was.
What was your first bike?
It was a Enduro 100.
Yamaha.
Yeah, I think it was Yamaha.
That's what I.
And then I upgraded to a Honda 125.
Those are the days.
Did you ever go
The
to
wing on the side of the.
Yes.
Did you ever go through driving school, Albert? Albert.
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Did you ever go through driving school?
Or.
Did you learn how to drive a motorcycle?
No, motorcycle.
Why not?
He didn't need to.
I did.
I think you did.
Not at that time.
I had to.
No, you're talking about.
I went to the
Air Force,
BCS.
not-
She had I guess it felt bit.
No, I'm talking about that wreck you had.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That was Frank's bike, and that was
chassis.
a Honda. I never ridden a Honda.
Did it make you wreck?
I guess something that I had Yamahas and Harleys and that big dog now, but she.
You have a big dog?
Yeah,
Do you ride it?
I'm riding it
I was
tomorrow.
gonna say we hear it every once in a while.
There also.
Oh, I love that bike.
Did you get hurt on your bike? How?
That's
After Frank passed, Terry asked me to take the bike to get it inspected because she wanted to sell it. Well, I didn't get any further than that body shop right there on 1303.
Oh, shit. I made it a mile.
Well, it was my fault. The back brake was out. But I knew from past experience I could take it to the inspection because they're not going to ride it.
Right.
They're going to tell you to brake and all this stuff.
Yeah. All the lights come on. Okay.
Yeah. So I knew I'd get it passed. Well, and I don't remember the wreck, but a truck pulled out, and I must have hit the brakes, and of course I would hit the front and back brake. Well, there were no back brakes, so I flipped the bike. Broke 3 ribs and cracked my clavicle.
But those big dogs are scrapers. They're...
Oh no!
There's
Red
the Yamaha.
Oh.
brother's bike.
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened.
You still
I woke up in the hospital and my son was there. And I asked him what happened. He said, "You got a motorcycle accident." I said, "No, I didn't." We argued about 5 minutes, and finally, I'm in the hospital. Something happened.
I guess maybe I did. I've been like, hey, just like, how's the bike?
I was able. Exactly. I was able to call Pert, and I called my boss. It was on spring break, that Friday before we went back to work. I called my boss, told him I wasn't going to make it to work. I called Perch. Terry videotaped it when they were picking me up off the asphalt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was the first wreck I ever had. Damn Honda.
Damn, huh? Exactly.
That was the Yamaha.
No, Frank had a Honda. Frank is talk about construction. He could build anything. Everything was up there. He knew everything. And it's a sad story because his son would work with him all the time, but he never learned what Frank knew. So when he passed, well, all that tools, all that, Dwayne could have continued with that business, but he didn't have the know-how.
Easily, I think even for veterans, and I think it's very easy in the civilian world to get very discouraged with the processes as a civilian. But
Why is that? Why
because it's different.
I hear the word different.
No, I mean a different mentality.
Totally.
People have a totally different mentality.
Actually, it's a whole different everything.
Like anybody who, because Jesse's actually said this to me, like we moved down here after, right when he was getting ready to retire. We love living here, by the way, but like the civilian people that we have befriended do not have the same mentality that this group of people have about being on time for things or going to things. When you say you're going to go, you're going to go. Or, you know.
Their life is more structured.
Yes.
Yes,
So-
I can tell people, it don't matter. Hey, you know, either like our little fall fest we do, right? Like we do next in October.
In October.
You got Shiner in here?
Yes, sure do. The 18th. You know, be like, you know, food's gonna be served the band's gonna start at 7. Food's gonna be served at 6. The only people that'll show up at 8. It's like, yes, I mean, it's just like it.
And still, and that's fine, but it's just a different mentality about just things. Like Jesse also has helped a lot of people in the neighborhood do things at their property, but he doesn't get that reciprocated. And when I say people, I'm talking about a lot of civilian people who just, you know,
We were on that project together.
we're in the trenches. That's right. And we all were in the trenches to some degree. Like, so we know what it's like to be giving back.
To have somebody.
You know what I mean? Whereas civilians don't have that.
It's like in Marianne. All we got was shit.
Well, Jesse, stop that. The reality is they just don't live the same way. They don't have the same.
Baggage.
Well, they just don't.
It's a different.
Listen, I can tell you every deployment I've ever been on, I remember every single one of those people, the closeness that we all had, the camaraderie that we had. Every unit I've ever been to, I can remember all the people that I became very good friends with, that I hung out with. You know, I just literally came back yesterday from watching one of my captains, I'll say one of my captains, put full bird kernel on. Okay. And so a couple of the guys that I hung out with him in our unit, they were there, and it was almost as if we had never had the last 8 years, because I've been out 8 years. Okay. We just didn't miss a beat.
So you know anybody's hiring.
Same thing.
You know anybody's hiring. But
Civilians. But you don't have that same thing with
she's looking for a job.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You know, I mean, even here, like sometimes people think, I mean, just like, because, you know, I did 30 years, and I earned my retirement, and then I have my VA, disability stuff. People don't get it. Like, oh, well, you're so lucky. Okay. Yeah, I do, Jesse. I do actually say that we're fortunate. But
Really?
I also ran to bunkers and in the middle of the night and did a whole lot of stuff that you would never think about
Yeah.
What I think.
in your life.
Some question, was it worth it?
Played hard.
Yeah.
We played hard.
I loved it. Every day that I was in, I loved it. But I love my life now.
If I see one of my coworkers or on the streets, and Tuesdays, a lot of the people that I've worked for at Lackland, they meet up at a restaurant over on the northwest side every Tuesday, and I had my lads breakfast with them, but I see them all the time.
Well,
So
That's great.
I'm kind of fortunate in that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
and we laugh and talk about what we did and deployments and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of you smile and think, wow, we had a pretty good life. And then of course, at our age, we're losing people. So the
yes.
circle is getting smaller, but we still
Exactly.
hook up.
So, Gunny, you went back to college after you got out. Full time. That had to have been an experience.
It was.
So I got lucky and finished my college while I was still in uniform.
You know,
Well, I can't imagine going back to university.
Well, I tell you what, I went to college for 4 years, UTSA,
Okay.
and I drove via bus part time because I needed money to live in.
Sure.
Because my retirement was like $800 a month or something like that at that time in the 89, 90.
Okay.
year before I came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I drove via bus. So if I wasn't driving the bus 7 days a week, I was in school studying or asleep for 4 or 5 years.
That just had to have been an experience. You went 20 years in the Marines.
Right. I was going to say, yeah.
And then you're in with a bunch of 19-year-old snot-nosed Gen X freaking dumbasses that, could have been me because you went in 89.
Were you single?
Going to 88.
Hey, were you single? Huh? Were you single?
Well, I started married, then I ended up divorced.
What was it better? Did you get divorced because there it?
Well, it was just, well, the finances has a lot to do with it too, because I didn't have any money.
So,
And
So silly.
Well, when John full time to you, I started married and I ended up I was divorced.
and actually, there was one time when I was going to school, and I was driving via bus in my last year of college.
Yeah,
I took 15 hours, and that's a lot.
yeah, it is.
And my term papers were
Especially if
due.
you're still working.
My final papers were due. I mean, everything was due, and I just went. I snapped. I snapped. I mean, I was like, got all the papers, went in my car. I had a little Honda Ford Escort that I had in the parking lot, and I must have cried. I mean, I literally freaking bawled ass out for I don't know how long.
Why?
Because the pressure of all the papers I had due.
Yeah.
I had to go to work. Had my son then because when I got divorced, I kept my son. So it just got to me. I
It sounds
broke,
like
right?
it sounds to me like a time man.
But-
is you.
Just
I think again, it goes back to my Marine Corps training, my Marine Corps hit. I stopped. I cut myself. I said, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because I was thinking of, hey, BA was hiring permanent bus drivers. And I hated the bus, driving the bus. But hey, I needed a job. But so anyway, I was thinking. I said, you know what? I'm done. I am freaking done. So something snapped. I got my all my papers and stuff. Went back to the library where I was at, and I finished the semester and I graduated. But because something, and my sister says, because I told her nobody's ever helped me in my life. I said, well, I think maybe at that moment God helped you, And I said, maybe He did, maybe He didn't. I don't know. Okay,
well,
but if it wasn't for something that kicked me in the ass that day, I'd be talking to you right here, sitting down. I'm a retired freaking bus driver. Okay, but it just that's what I'm saying about people that are thinking of committing suicide is that they don't have that desire that help, I guess, to
they don't have to
snap out of it.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to slap him and say,
I heard,
do something.
I read also that a lot of people that commit suicide actually feel that the world would be better without them.
It's exactly it.
that's the quote.
When my last squadron, while I was on leave, one of our young guys committed suicide. And he was always going to mental health to talk to them, stuff like that, stuff that happened at his last base.
Yeah, it rippled throughout your
But
squadron too, doesn't it?
well, yes. And at the same time, the whole thing is because that's why a lot of these younger guys, so they're still active duty, don't go because they always feel like, oh, my clearance is
They figure that.
going to be taken away or whatever. And we try
I
to
think they
support
stopped
him.
that.
Yes, we tried to support him 100%. But He just had
I
demons.
was saying is this some of these little shits have an ulterior motive.
Jesse. He just had demons that we could not deal with.
Yeah, there's always those. The ones that are, there's always going to be those that they get the malingerers, is what he's talking about. But, I mean, whether you're going to mental health or you're going to the sick call because you don't want to go on the ruck march, that's been since the beginning of time.
Exactly.
And then there are those
This guy
that are just mentally unwell.
they cannot deal with
But
life in general.
The problem I have with today's society is we like to lump them all together.
They're not-
So somebody that Oscar's talking about that just needs a freaking kick in the ass and hey, you're worth something. Stop beating yourself up. Get on that horse and get riding.
Yep.
Versus the other extreme,
Yep.
which is this young man that you experienced. They're putting them all in the same category.
Exactly.
Lump them all together.
Yeah, because that's, we've lived it, right? That's what the military only they like process.
Yeah.
And so the military is definitely failing in that. We're going to do mental health. Mental health is going to be one department, and you're going to be sitting in a waiting room with a psychopath right next to a guy that's just is having some depression issues.
Yep.
Or I just want to talk about my future.
Exactly.
They took the career counselors. I don't see them anymore. They're pseudo recruiters. They're not truly career counselors anymore. They don't have the community centers anymore, like we had in the 80s and the 90s. I don't ever hear them talking about what we used to call Army Emergency Relief or
the clubs.
or the club system's
Yes,
gone.
Exactly.
Is there a club left?
I don't think so.
Well, there may be clubs, but people don't usually use them in the same.
I don't think they're even. I don't think they're there anymore.
They consolidated them before I got there. $1.
The golf club,
Yeah.
the
And when
restaurant at the golf center. That's it. Yeah.
Justin and I went to the club for a retirement. Was it a retirement? Like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but they're calling them.
Hey, overseas, the
They're-
clubs are huge.
They're calling them community centers, and they're using them as venues for places to go. But it's not like the old days. It's not where.
Certainly not.
When I was a young boom operator, I was struggling with getting my 5 level. So what I did was all the chiefs from all the squadrons got together at the club. And they would buy that first round.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what that did for a young guy like me,
Yeah.
a senior airman?
You aspire.
I got inspired because I'd ask them stupid questions that they normally the chief would go ask the tech, right?
Yeah.
But when you're at the club and having a
Dark
beer
Eagle.
with the guys,
They talk to you.
they talk to me like I'm a human.
You're right. We stopped.
Yeah, the Friday beer call.
Yeah, the Friday beer call.
We stopped that through the years because we started getting worried about people getting busted for DUIs and all that.
Well, the cops hung out at the
If the chief was with you, then the chief is responsible.
Yeah.
But now we're taking the chief away. The people who maybe they were a little bit colorful, but they were at least showing some responsibility in taking on senior airmen
My
so and so. You know?
my son is a master sergeant, and he's a superintendent. He's got his own office, and his senior enlisted leader keeps this refrigerator in his office stocked with beer. And on every Thursday evening, the chief comes over and he invites different senior NCOs and whatnot, or all of them whatnot, and they sit in my son's office, Jordan's office, and drink beer.
Yeah, I mean it happens, but those are one-offs.
Yeah, I'm like, Joe, I told Jordan,
I mean,
like, dude, that's what that is.
I'll tell you, in the community, it happens still to this day. I mean, we have team rooms, and we actually have
Do they still bring out? Will they still bring out the scotch and?
Yeah, this is normal, right? And if there's a meeting after 3:30, it's BYOB. But that's a whole nother community.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother side of the military that exists in a special pocket.
Special, yeah, you're right. It doesn't.
But you go to hear. I mean, we had a general officer 2 years ago that went hunting for people with beer in their fridge because he had heard that this thing was happening. And it was exactly what you're talking about. We were starting to do beer calls again on Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And it was leadership circles, right? So we'd get together and you'd handle a lot of shit in 30 minutes over 2 beers.
Oh yeah.